Hi, my name's Alyssa, and I want to introduce you to one of the birds I've had for the longest. Her name's Lilly. She's a 20-year-old craven. She's a mix between an African pied crow and an African collared raven. And one thing you'll probably notice right away is she only has 1 foot. You may wonder, why does she only have 1 foot? Well, when she was only 6 weeks old, she had a bad accident and she lost her foot, and she hurt the other foot at the same time. And it was caused by an improper band on her. So whenever a bird is captive bred, it's part of the rules that you have to put a closed ring band on it. But her band was way too big, which tells me that it was put on her a little too late, because you have to find this really good window when you're banding birds, excuse me. Hey Dale, come here. And because of that, her band got stuck in her in-flight enclosure, and she had a catastrophic injury. Her 1 foot that she had amputated did not have blood flow anymore. They had to cut off. One of the feet amputated by a vet because it was going to cause more problems than good. And luckily her other foot did end up healing quite a bit. So she's lived over 19 years with no limb. People do ask me, well, why don't you put a prosthetic on her? And the way that corvids are ravens, crows, jays, magpies, there's lots of other birds in that group. They're incredibly intelligent. They have the cognitive ability of a 7-year-old child, they say, with certain tasks, 4-year-old child with most tasks. So they are so intelligent. But one thing about their more intelligent birds I've noticed is they have a lot more fear. And anything that I change with her enclosure, with any of our corvids, it is very stressful on them. And stress is the thing that we do try to avoid. It's not very good for them. It gives them trauma, and the trauma sticks with them for the rest of their lives. And when you have a bird for 20 years, you do not want it to have trauma. And she, if we put something on her foot, she would probably pick it off until she was hurting herself, till she was bleeding. Just knowing how the corvids are. So for the raptors, we use transmitters when we fly them free outside, and I can't put the transmitters on the corvids because they'll just rip out their feathers. So you can imagine what she would do if she had something put on her feet. It would also cause a lot of negative interaction between her and I, because with everything I try to do with her, I try to make it her choice. If it is not her choice, we get emotional withdrawals out of her bank account, basically. So it's really important that her and I have a good relationship, so she can come and go in her box, and I can take her anywhere, and she can do school programs in front of kids. Right, Dale? Well, right now she's telling me I'm talking too much, so I need to give her the attention. Another really good bonding thing is called allopreening, and this is only a bonding thing for social birds. So a lot of the birds that we have, like the hawks and the falcons and the owls, most of the species are not social, so they would not enjoy this type of behavior. So this would be considered punishment to them. It wouldn't be considered reward. Because this is reward to her, it's just as good as treats. But of course we do have treats for you. And we do regularly like to work them. It keeps them engaged. Teaching them new things is also really good. But again, you have to go at the pace with the bird, because anything new for the corvids can be absolutely terrifying. So she does a act in our show where she recycles. Hey, Lilly, you want to recycle? Here. Good. What a good girl you are. You like it? You like it? She also shows everybody how ravens can talk. Do you want to say good? Say good. She says good boy. She says it to Romy, or her best buddy. And she does a flight around the audience. And she's done it for many, many years in front of hundreds of thousands of people. She is pretty famous too. She was on a pretty famous TV show, The Game of Thrones. And that TV show, before it was well known, she probably filmed 1,000 takes from flying from one place to another, which was all done in a huge warehouse that was all painted green screen. I had to actually put on a green suit that zipped all the way up to my head. It was pretty interesting. Okay, Dale, you want to do some more work? I'll stop ignoring you. I'm sorry. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a recycle bin. We have a trash bin. And we know that you're incredibly intelligent, so why don't you show us where you put good. And we like to say, if you can teach a raven to recycle, you can teach anybody to recycle. Right, Dale? Here. How about you put this one in the trash can just for me? Because you know what I'm saying. It's like, nope. Can't teach old birds bad tricks. You're a good girl, man. Oh. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel.